Okay, hey guys, got a video here for you guys going through the procedures for upstream and downstream, so you got some help for your second assignment. You can see I've got my scribble strip already set up here with my upstream signal and where my downstream signal will be going. And I also have my mix bus labeled for my mix. Okie dokie. I'm going to start off by taking the microphone we have in the ISO booth on mic panel A1 and connecting that to Yamaha input 1. That means it is now here on the console on channel 1 like we have labeled. I'm going to turn on that channel, bring it up to 0, and make sure that my gain, the 26 decibel pad, is in the up position. So I have enough gain for my microphone signal. Alright, I can apply a little bit of gain now, and I should get a decent meter down here while somebody talks into the mic, like so. Mic check. Mic check. Alright, barely hitting yellow. Alright, now I'm going to want to hear what that signal sounds like before I send it to Pro Tools. So I'm going to come back to the patch bay here, and I'm going to grab 2 blue cables for that. And I'm going to connect the monitor section of the console, the Wymon out L, to the speaker inputs. Speaker input L and speaker input R from Wymon out R. Like so. Alrighty. So now if I go to channel 1, I can send it directly to the monitor section, pre-fader level with the PFL button. And that means that I can turn up the monitor knob over here to hear myself out of the speakers and get a more detailed meter. Mic check, 1, 2. Looking good. Mic check. Alright, I like my signal, sounds good. So I'm going to now turn off the monitors, brought it back down to 0. And I'm going to turn off the PFL at channel 1. I'm going to go to the patch bay and send that to Pro Tools since I like it. So I'm going to take Yamaha Direct Out 1. See if I can get this channel to focus a bit better. And that's going to go down here to Pro Tools Input A1. Like so. Alright, I'm ready for my software. We've got a signal going to the converters. So I'm going to open up my Pro Tools software and go to Setup, I/O. It's right there in the drop down. I'm going to need 1 mono input, a new path, 1 mono input. And I'm going to map that to A1. Now that means that that path that I just created is actually waiting for a signal to come into the physical port 1 over here, like we have plugged in. Okay, I'm also going to want to set up output for my downstream portion. Need 1 mono output. And that's going to go to, again, analog 1, A1 here. Now that means that the signal is just waiting to come out of the physical port A1 here for us later. Okay, I can now close that, open up my track listing here and make a new track. I'm going to want a mono audio track to record our waveform. And then I'm going to want to make sure I have the right input selected, like so. And then down here is our output. And click on that, and you can see that the output we created is the bottom of the list. You guys might have a smaller list, but I just populated it so you guys can see the drop down. Okay, proper input, proper output. I'm going to name the channel now. Let's call it SM58 after the mic, just for the heck of it. And I'm going to record on my channel so that meter passes through it. Okay, great. So, next thing I'm going to want to do is check to make sure that meter is coming into Pro Tools properly. Mic check. Yep, we're getting a meter in Pro Tools. Looks good. So, now I'm going to set up my downstream. I'm going to use this green cable, different one. Come out of Pro Tools output A1. And I'm going to go to Yamaha input 9. As per our scribble strip, the downstream is right there on channel 9. So I'm going to turn on that channel and I'm going to bring it up to 0. And then I'm going to make sure that the 26 decibel pad is in the down position for a line level signal. I don't want to feed it way too much gain or anything like that. Okay, so next I want to make sure that I have unity gain. That means that I have the same meter over here as I have over here. And we're going to use the knob for that up here until we learn about inserts in a later class. We're not going to use this fader that goes to Pro Tools. Instead, we're going to use this knob right here on the downstream channel. So, if I talk right now, mic check, you can see my upstream is a bit hotter than my down. So, I'm just going to turn up the gain on our line level signal until we have equal meters, unity gain. Let's see if that's a bit better now. Mic check, okay, much better. They both light up unity now. Okay, my signal is ready to go to the mix bus, which is where we'll be listening to our whole mix. So, apply it to the stereo bus, and then I can come over to the stereo bus, which is our mix bus, turn it on, and bring it up to 0. Okay, I'm going to AFL that and send our mix to the monitor section after fader level. There it is. If I turn up the monitor knob now, I should be able to talk, and I'll hear myself out the speakers. Mic check, right on. You can see how our stereo bus is lighting up, ready to go to a multi-track to record, and we're also getting the same meter on our monitor knob so we can hear it out of the speakers. Now remember, you can also just hit PFL at any time over here to switch to hearing the upstream signal out of the speakers. You can see the monitor section has switched to PFL, which means we're listening to the upstream signal. And if I turn it back off, our monitor section is AFL, meaning that we're listening to the mix bus that's been set to AFL. Okay, see you guys next time.